Welcome to the Rusty Garage and Homestead. My name is Mike. Today's video, we're going to go get some seed because we're behind the 8 ball on getting everything planted for the cows for next spring. Most of the time I do like to try to plant mid to late September. It's early October right now. Still fine, the weather hasn't turned enough where we can't. Plus we got rain coming later on in the week. So today I'm gonna take Tiny, get the pallet forks, get the seed barrels loaded up in Dad's truck, and we're gonna go to the local place that we pick up all of our seed, buy it in bulk, bags, different stuff like that. And yeah, we're gonna go get it so we can get it planted this week. And I think we are gonna do a few things different this year when we do plant. I tried a little spot last year and it worked out just fine. I spread some seed out and then I run the disc over it, and yeah, instead of disking it before seeding it and then disking it after or running a drag over it, that worked out just fine. I think we're also going to not do as much wheat. I think a couple of the places up here by the house and the very north end, I think I'm going to try some native clover instead of the crimson clover. Crimson clover looked really nice and I really liked it. It came up nice and thick, but it didn't come back like I was hoping it would. So around here in northeast Oklahoma, we have a lot of native white clover. So that's what I'm going to plant up by the road and on the north end. A lot of the other spots is still going to be wheat. Maybe, I don't know, we might mix in some fescue or rye or something like that. But for the most part, it is all going to be wheat. So let me get Tiny, let me get the pallet forks on, and let's get the barrels loaded. All right, we got our seed barrels loaded. We'll fill these up with wheat. We buy it in bulk. It's cheaper that way than buying it in the bags. I don't remember. There's a video, I think it was last year, I put out about the cost of this stuff versus bags, and it's quite a bit cheaper buying it in bulk. But I'm still not even exactly sure what we're getting yet. I know I want some clover. We'll get some fertilizer and some wheat seed, and other than that, I think that's probably going to be it. So let's get loaded. Okay, so we ended up getting 2 55-gallon drums of just winter wheat. I think they said about 11 bushels, 11 and a half bushels, I think is what we got in both of these drums. And we got some different clovers. I'll tell you what we're going to do with this one, and then I'll kind of tell you what's in that other stuff. Okay, it's always good feeling once you get the all the grain or seed in the ground. Okay, so this stuff here, we got 10 pounds of a Landino clover. So that's a native clover around here. 10 pounds, we're going to do 4 or 5 pounds per acre in just a couple little spots. One out here close to the road and one on the very north end. That's mainly what's going to be that. Then as we were sitting there shopping, we found some Bucks and Birds wildlife mix. I don't know. He tried to sell us this first. I told him this was for cows, not really for the deer. I just wanted basically complete coverage with clover. So anyways, thought about it a little longer. I do have that spot back in the timber that we normally plant winter wheat in. I was talking to Dad. I thought, well, we can give this a try. This stuff has red clover, alfalfa, Landino clover, chicory, and crimson clover. So a lot of clovers, alfalfa, and some chicory in this stuff. So yeah, we'll see how it does back in the timber. I think it'll do okay. We got 8 pounds of that. Basically, this says it's enough for a ½ acre, 4 pounds per acre. So enough to do an acre. There's not quite an acre in that timber, probably closer to a ½ acre, to be honest. And yeah, 10 pounds of this. Yeah, we're just going to do some little test spots is basically all we're going to do. That year we planted the crimson clover, it came up extremely thick. There wasn't room for anything else to grow. And that's kind of what I'm wanting to try with these out here close to the road. Some of that ironweed, dogweed, whatever it is that's growing up out there. I'm wanting to see if we can choke it out with clover and yeah, have a native clover that comes back every year and see just how well it does. So hopefully this stuff will take off and we won't have to deal with as many weeds in the future. But I'm going to get these bags put up because it's probably going to be a day or two. I'm on days this week, so I'm going to try to do a lot of this stuff in the evenings. May do some later today, but I've got other things we've got to get done today before we can actually start planting. But we've got to get it done because it is early October. And yeah, I normally have this stuff in the ground a couple weeks by now, but haven't really missed a lot of opportunities for rain, so I don't think it's really hurting anything that it's still not in the ground because we are fairly dry. There's a little bit of moisture, but not much. Not enough to really sustain anything, so yeah, I think it's going to be just fine. This other bag of stuff that's got all the variety of stuff in it. So this is it. Top choice, you know, whatever. Again, I'm not necessarily worried, but that little food plot, we'll see if that works. But that is what's in it. You got the 29% red, 20% alfalfa, that Landino 20%, chicory, and crimson clover. But it does say south, you know, September 1st, November 1st, so we're still good. Being early October right now, we're not going to have any issues, even up in the mid. But Oklahoma, we are considered south, so yeah, that'll be just fine. So if y'all plant anything for your hunting spots, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're planting, or if you're planting stuff for your cows or goats or whatever. Let me know. Leave a comment down below because I'm always interested in seeing exactly what other people are planting for their wildlife or their livestock. But anyways, everyone, appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.